Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Miss Juneteenth Nevada Scholarship Program pageant. My name is Marquis, and I am the director for Miss Juneteenth Nevada Scholarship Program. And this video is just a small informational video to give you an overview of what our program is like and what you can expect when you register for our program. Now, the Juneteenth Nevada program is a one-year commitment. We do events each month. Sometimes during the month, it is only a commemorative date, which would mean the girls and myself, with the president of Juneteenth, Nevada, talk about a commemorative date, something that's not usually recognized, that we don't celebrate in the country on the calendar, but it does exist. And it exists for our Juneteenth calendar. Now, we have a calendar that we have each year that does mark out the different dates and commemorations that we have, such as our flag raising, our bell ringing, our shove-off day, things of that sort that people probably aren't as familiar with. When you register for Miss Juneteenth Nevada, registration is done online. Once you have registered, we usually have been doing meet and greets. If you attended a meet and greet, you got a very detailed overview of the Miss Juneteenth Nevada Scholarship Program from start to finish. If you have not gone to one of our meet and greet sessions, then hopefully, this video will give you an overview, a complete and detailed overview of our program. We have something called the 8-week Road to Miss Juneteenth, which begins in April. April giving us 2 months before our pageant in June. We like to crown our Miss Juneteenth Nevada before Juneteenth, which is June 19th each year. This way, she can be in the community as a representative at the different events that we have, both locally and we'll say nationally, because the national organization does an event in Washington, D.C. to recognize Juneteenth. We have attended that, and it is available for our Queen and our Queen of Courts. Who are the Queen of Courts? The Queen of Courts are the ambassadors, the delegates that took first runner-up, second runner-up, or just were in delegate switching over to ambassador. We like to say that there are no winners or losers. They're all winners. However, we do have 3 scholarship positions: the Queen, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up. So once you register, the next thing that happens is we go into our 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth. Registration opens immediately after our crowning ceremony in June. So last year, 2024, we had our pageant on June 1st. June 2nd, registration was open for this year, 2025 to 2026. You can register right away for the following year. You would then be notified when the meet and greets begin in February, February being Black History Month, and that is when we actually begin doing the meet and greet sessions to talk about registering for the following season or the season that we're in now. We do this so that families have the opportunity to work on their schedules and to put the dates that are necessary on the calendar so they are not surprised as our events come up. The first thing after our registration, the beginning of our 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth, is our 12-hour shut-in. This is when our delegates and our Juneteenth Legacy Council come together and spend 12 hours working with our young ladies with the program. Our scholarship program has 8 categories, 4 categories that are not on stage. So that would be our essay, 500-word essay about Juneteenth, our community sponsors. These are those that you're going to get ads from to sponsor you in the pageant. Your community service hours, which are volunteer hours in the community that you need to do, and the judge's interview. The judge's interview does happen on pageant day, but it is not in front of the audience. So it is a private time with the judges. There are 3 judges for our panel. The 4 on-stage categories are introduction, talent, recitation of the freedom documents. There are 3 freedom documents. The 3 freedom documents are General Order Number 3, the Emancipation Proclamation, and the 13th Amendment. 3 freedom documents for the recitation. Each girl chooses one of the documents, and in the document, a section from the document. And then the 4th category is evening gown. So 4 on-stage categories and 4 off-stage categories. These are all then required and judged for points to see who will carry the crown of Miss Juneteenth, Nevada. The other young ladies are still part of the Queen's Court. So the first runner-up, if the Queen isn't available for a date, meaning an interview, an event, something that is going on in the community where we are looking for her to represent, the first runner-up comes in. The first runner-up isn't available, the second runner-up comes in. If the second runner-up isn't available, we go to the Queen of Courts, which are the other young ladies who also continue to work in the community as ambassadors for our Juneteenth organization, as well as sharing that information with their family and peers. Now, the Queen of Courts is very important because, as we have now in the past, our Queen of Court that did not place and receive a scholarship from us did go on to receive a scholarship from the college of her choice through us for us having partners in the community. This was very exciting for us, knowing that we have the support in the community, and of course, very exciting for her because it was through the partnership and through our relationship that we were able to offer this to one of our Queen of Courts. Our goal is to help our young ladies reach their goals, dreams, aspirations, and desires as we share with them and teach them their history, about their ancestors, their cultural history, their heritage. So together, we partner so that they can reach their goals, dreams, aspirations, and desires. Each week during our 8-week Road to Miss Juneteenth, we have an online Zoom meeting, which helps us to prepare for the pageant to come. During those Zoom meetings, we also at times will have a guest speaker come in that will share and mentor our young ladies. We have been doing a second meeting in person so that we also have a mentor come in and speak with our young ladies, as well as we practice physical, tangible practice of our introductions, our walking patterns, and how the layout of the pageant will happen and what they are supposed to then carry through the pageant. We precede the pageant with a fashion show. So now we have looked at the 8-week road. We start with the shut-in. The shut-in happens on a Saturday for 12 hours, and then we follow that with a pitch tournament. Now, the pitch tournament can be a Saturday or a Sunday, but we like to have that happen so that we can again introduce our delegates into the community. This is an event that has vendors or community partners coming in. Our sponsors come in as well. And it's a time for them to practice their introductions, of which they've just really culminated through our meetings on both Tuesday and Thursday, or whatever the designated 2 meetings for the week are. And then they present. So they are now doing their 60-second pitch, as we would call it. We call it our introduction. They also have an opportunity to read through their recitation piece, how that starts to roll off the tongue when you have an audience in front of you. So this is a practice time for them. This year, for 2025, going into 2026, it also is our sash ceremony. This then gives each delegate their sash and their crown for their community that they are representing. What makes this so special is Las Vegas in itself has 3 cities. So we have 3 different city halls that we are representing, as well as many other communities, whether that's Centennial Hills, Aliante, Summerlin, Green Valley, Paradise, Enterprise. All of these different areas can be designated on their sashes. We have 22 sash names in our Las Vegas community, and we are also looking to take us into Reno and Pahrump. So those are also Nevada communities, as we are Miss Juneteenth, Nevada. Once we get to the pitch tournament, then we are just about a month away from the pageant. So it's really time to push the gas pedal, because we have 4 walking patterns that we like to practice. We have an opening number that we must learn. So during that 12-hour shut-in, we begin those processes so that we're not cramming them into the days before the pageant. We also talk about business plans, finances, hygiene, makeup, all of the different areas that go into pageantry with our history. So the most important part of Juneteenth Scholarship Program is for the young ladies to have a really good understanding of our history. Juneteenth, 1865, Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation. 13th Amendment being the law for that proclamation that was written, because a president can declare a lot. It is not until they put it in law that it then changes the way our society treats that particular situation. I think I've given you a pretty good overview, but just to make sure, I'd like to run right into the pageant. After the pitch tournament, we have our fashion show. The fashion show would usually be the day before the pageant. In this case, 2025, it is happening on Friday, and the pageant is happening on Sunday. So June 6th will be our what we call fantasy fusion fashion show. And fantasy, because we are wearing formal wear, which we think of Cinderella. Fusion, because we have Bobby Barris, who is our eclectic creative designer, and he takes our clothing and refurbishes it, regentrificates it. He takes it and he makes something new out of it. So it's our retro, our eclectic wear. We also have One Cutie Boutique, Shanika Gunn, who gives us our business attire. Now, these pieces, unless the designer gifts them to us, do go back to the designer. However, this year for 2025, we have added 2 additional designers, one for sportswear and one for our African attire. And the African attire is coming from Uganda, so it is authentic. And each one of our delegates will receive a piece from that designer. That means we have to do measurements, and we do that during our sessions during the week. So it's either a Tuesday or Thursday for this year. And whatever that day is for the respective year, that's the time that we would get those measurements done so that we could send them off to the designers. The fashion show is open to the public. The pitch tournament is open to the public. These are free events. We do have vending at the events so that we bring in our entrepreneurs and small businesses so that they can offer their services and tell you about their businesses. And then, of course, the pageant day, our scholarship program crowning pageant day, happens this year, 2025, on June 8th. We have been at the West Las Vegas Library Theater for our events in the past, both the fashion show and the pageant. Going forward, there may be a change in that location because that building is going to move to a city building, but we will cross that bridge as it comes. So do look for where these events will happen. The pitch tournament has been held at Durfield Strong Future Enrichment Center, and that's on West Washington. We do like that event space, and we are very happy to be able to utilize that event space. And we're very happy that our Super Sister or Juneteenth Legacy Council sister is able to provide that space for us. That event is also free to the public. How do we make our money? Through donations. We ask for donors, and we do ask our vendors for donations. These are not required, they're donation. So we also go into the community and we seek out our community sponsors. Each of the young ladies is required to bring in our community sponsors. That is part of their offstage requirements for the pageant. Most all pageants do require this. Those things go into what we call the booklet or the ad book for the pageant. Our book is a flip book, meaning on one side you get the pageant information, and on the other side, when you flip it over, you will get the fashion show information. We look forward this year of 2025 with our 5 designers on June 6th, the Fantasy Fusion Fashion Show, and our scholarship program pageant June 8th, both again being at the West Las Vegas Library Theater. You will find our events online. You will find them at Facebook events as well as Eventbrite. And they are listed again for you to go in and make sure you register for your spot or grab your spot. It lets us know how many people will be attending our events. Super helpful for us to prepare and be ready. I think the last thing I would like to mention in our community partners, community sponsors for our young ladies, this is a time for them to start seeking what their goals, dreams, aspirations, and desires are for their future. Our scholarship program is for higher education, not just college or university. If they would like to go to trade school, culinary school, cosmetology, masseuse, any of those things, the scholarship is available for them. They do sign a contract when they become a delegate, and then again to be part of the Queen's Court. So each month, again, there's at least one event per month that goes through the year that they are asked to be a part of. In January, of course, we have the Martin Luther King Day Parade, of which the Queen, the Queen of Courts, goes in the parade, and they are driven in the parade, whether that is buggy, carriage, car, we have that provided for them. In March, we also are in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Why? Because that's in Henderson and it gives us visibility in that area as well. During the year, we do a formal event with them after the crowning in July. In August, we do commemorative for Shove Off Day, which many people aren't familiar with. The month that we kind of take a break is November as we're getting ready to go into our big holiday season of Christmas and New Year's. We do a soiree for our year-end fundraiser at the beginning of December, and that gives us a break for the end of December and Christmas into New Year's, because then New Year's we're at January again and we're at the Martin Luther King Day Parade. I did not mention February and March because those are a given, being Black History Month and Women's History Month, of which we have something called the Empower Her program that we offer in the community at both the libraries and at event functions where we have been asked to present this Empower Her program. We highlight 2 local icons and 6 women through history that we talk about, learn about, and offer in this program that includes spiritual and gospel songs, freedom songs as well. So the young ladies at that point are ambassadors, and we ask them to be a part of those programs. So February and March are pretty full in our program, especially because of what's going on in our communities with lots of Black history events and lots of women history events. And of course, that was February and March. And look at that. We're back around to April, which begins our 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth. Now, during February, we also do our meet and greets. And the meet and greets are the time that we are recruiting for our new delegates. So we do ask our ambassadors to tell their friends about our program, especially if they enjoyed their time. During the year, you will also find that we are on Channel 8, Channel 3, Channel 5, because we have an opportunity to go on and talk about the program. The Queen, the first runner-up, second runner-up, whoever is available for that time is the person that goes on to represent. And of course, I'm there with them. We get our talking points. We do have a media broker or a PR person that helps us push our program into the community so that we don't have the statement, I didn't know that existed. And we have run into that for the last few years. Oh, I didn't know that existed. So we are diligently working in the community, both radio, TV, podcasts, to get the name recognition of the program out there, as well as letting everybody know that our young ladies, 14 to 19, have an opportunity to receive a scholarship from being Miss Juneteenth, Nevada, our scholarship program. Okay, this is just an overview because I definitely do want our families to have the information and be well informed about our program that is a 1-year reign, one complete year reign when they come back in June after they've gone through the program to then relinquish their crowns and give them to the next group of delegates that come in. And let me just say that if you do not take the crown 1 year, you can come back the following year and do the program again. If you do take the crown, which is Miss Juneteenth, Nevada, as queen, you do have to take 1 year off because you can't recrown yourself as a successor. You take a year off, and then if you'd like to come back to the program, it is available for you to come back. Right now, the scholarships are the Queen receives $1,500 towards her higher education. The first runner-up receives $800 towards her higher education, and the second runner-up receives $700 towards her higher education. This does go to the higher education establishment that you are registering and become a student in. Okay, My name is Marquis Monday, and I am the director for Miss Juneteenth Nevada Scholarship Program under Juneteenth Nevada and our president, Deborah Evans. We look forward to seeing you and hope that you will be registering for Miss Juneteenth Nevada 2026.